When we are faithful to God's plan, communication becomes an effective expression of our responsible search for truth and our pursuit of goodness.
Sometimes our 12 soon-to-be ordained deacons offer me spiritual insights. For example, as we were speaking about the ordination and my homily today, they suggested for some reason that I focus on the number 12. And to remind people that theologically, that's a reference to perfection. I don't get the connection they were trying to make. On a serious note, these candidates will be the first to acknowledge they are not perfect and must embrace daily the call to conversion, to be perfected. Just like the original 12, they are ordinary men with strengths and weaknesses. Times when their faith is strong, maybe moments when it is faith. Times throughout their lives when they stayed with the Lord, and maybe other times wandered away. So, dear sons, how providential that you are being ordained as the church prepares to celebrate Divine Mercy Sunday, beginning with the vigil this evening. Because in God's mercy, through the imposition of hands, with the outpouring of the Holy Spirit, and the prayer of ordination, you will soon be ordained deacons, configured forever to the very person of Christ. And with his grace and mercy, you must live worthily the call you have received. And thus it is essential for you to renew daily what you offer today. Your commitment to celibacy, the promises of respect and obedience, your resolve to pray fervently and to assist me and my brother priests with the ministry of the word, of the altar, and of charity. When we think of the number 12, most likely our minds go to the apostles. And what Pope Francis said about the apostles is true about these men, soon to be ordained deacons, God willing soon, one day as priests. The Holy Father said that the Lord appointed apostles so that they might be with him and that he might send them forth to preach the gospel. Being with the Lord. My dear sons, while I understand that you take that as your highest priority, being with the Lord, I began to question how you find the time to do so. When I read about all your hobbies in the recent edition of our diocesan newspaper, backpacking, mountain climbing, skiing, fishing, soccer, playing cards, playing board games, cooking, juggling, and even Irish-American clogging. I understand, though, that these life-giving activities refresh you, renew you, so that you might be with the Lord in prayer, the recitation of the Liturgy of the Hours, and most especially in your time with Him before the Blessed Sacrament, every day, your holy hour. And this being with the Lord is what strengthens you to respond to the mandate that we just heard proclaim. As Jesus says, go out. Go out into the whole world. Preach the gospel to every creature. Dear sons, you will preach effectively. Adhere to the words of St. Peter, who says, do not preach your words, but God's words. You will preach well if you allow the necessary time for prayer and preparation. Preach the truth. Don't compromise it. Don't water it down. And always do so with charity. Preach frequently the message of Divine Mercy Sunday that people need to hear. That there is no sin greater than God's love and mercy for all those who have a contrite heart and the desire to begin anew. And in these troubling and unsettling times, when so many people are distressed and losing hope, preach the good news of Easter. That by his own cross and resurrection, Jesus has transformed darkness to light, suffering to glory, and even death to life. That he is alive and with us. For all those united with him, his victory is ours, now and forever. My dear sons, you will also preach the gospel through your example, through your willingness to imitate the Lord, the one who came to serve and not to be served. Live out that call through your pastoral and compassionate outreach to the poor and those who are suffering. Many people, physically, emotionally, spiritually, to the homebound, the sick, those in hospitals, those who are losing hope, those who might feel lost and forgotten. In your imitation of the Lord's humble service, truly preach the gospel. As we prepare to celebrate our Golden Jubilee, your ordination today, my dear sons, is a reflection of our bright and promising future. With the Eucharist you're about to receive and the graces of this sacrament, the help of Mary, our mother, and Saint Joseph, and all the saints, go forth as companions of the Lord, of being his apostles, striving daily to be perfected, to preach the gospel effectively, and to serve humbly, while always maintaining your highest priority, being with the Lord, the one who promises to be with you today and always.